Good morning. Yep. Welcome. Yeah, it's like just to kind of get myself over that hump of stop fiddling around and starting. I try to get something up as soon as possible, and then I kind of do my screen setup. Uh, is getting all the windows open and things checked out and updated. Sort of on that starting student screen. There's not really a whole lot to say, but it still has to be done anyway. So I was just on the 1 Hour 1 Life forums, and I saw that Jason said it was bug fix week, and since I'm getting reasonably confident in my position patches, it's probably time to see about getting those out of STG and into a regular old get branch that we can submit up. So I have to kind of figure out exactly how we do that. I know there's ways to move SDG patches around, but I need to figure out, do I need to have them at the head of the series so that they do nice, but then I'm going to have patches that are supposed to be against master that were maybe assuming context of those things. So yeah, it's could be interesting. Particular sticking points is that, well, right now, I have some things in there that are assuming, well, they're differencing against debugging info, but they're actually assuming a variable I define in here. So I probably need to look at these patches. I need to make sure they're not relying on variables defined here, first and foremost, and clean up any other sort of development debugging stuff. I might leave some printfs in there. The game produces a lot of printf currently, although maybe doesn't need more. But that might help Jason in validating it. Then I have to figure out whether I want these in the top to pull them off, or oops, I didn't know you could do that. Or the bottom so that they better match the base master, and then how we it. All right, let's clean these up in terms of their debugging stuff. So this is we're currently on the name assist, which is something we're playing with for a new feature. So the current patch for this is 2 sections, which have no printing. So this one is fine. STG pop. STG show. I also want to build up the descriptions of the patches with all of the sort of logic and explanation of where that comes from. So he might end up not liking that we extracted a function here. We'll have to deal with that and resubmit things if necessary. So bug location message. That is one of the things that has to go here. Oop, I didn't want to be in that directory. There is way too many files in here. It's trying to build up an index of all the file names. I wanted to change directory first, so I don't only have to do that within a limited area. No, there we go. Either it finished or you can't control C it. Living life page. This is around 12.4.52. Ish. Well, that's where it starts, sure. So bug location message. This is the code that is actually executing it, so we want to keep that. Oh, did you have any debug printing? This might be useful. Because he does have some things where that the game is currently printing where he fixes up paths. There we go. So near 14449. Oh, we've already shrunk the file a little bit, so I guess that must have moved up. So basically, wherever we called this, we were doing the bug location message. So I think that's everything we were printing out. So we refresh that patch. Oh, this was the code we removed to extract that function. Okay. And then we pop that one. And stg show. Okay, and this one has none of that debugging. So that cleaned up that. Now I want to do some review on how stacked git works. Oh, this is one of those pages. That does not work well in the high contrast colors. Getting started, creating a patch, creating another patch. Keeping commit messages up to date. stg edit. Edit flag to refresh. To see the def while you edit. Okay, so first, I do want to edit the commit messages at some point. And there's an stg rename. Now, I think I may have had trouble with the editor here. Because I'm not sure, is this gvim? Yeah, command not found. Yeah, so I never set up a proper command for that. So this one is, does it edit the current patch by default? Yeah, which is odd, because VI is not a recognized or internal or external command. So that must be, it's like the Windows version of it. So it's not looking up things in whatever this environment, this Git environment here. Let's see, do I perchance have a bin directory that I put on my path. Now, okay, so you've actually got the entire thing here. I guess I could put that in the path. Then that involves, like, do you have to restart to get the updated path in the shell and all that nonsense? So let's, if we do this, we should have this in directory. And then paste. I think I'm going to need backspaces for this, or backslashes. So can we, gvim command not found. C program is not recognized as an internal or external command. Okay, so backslash spaces are insufficient. But that was gvim.command. This shell does not recognize that as executable. Can we do not guyvim? Hey, well, I mean, it sort of worked. However, we have to look up, do we have any of these other things? Rebar script equals 0. Is that %star? All arguments? Hey. All right, so what this is, so this is true, but incomplete. Let's see, the code for continuous running runs just before continuous running mousehold runs just before the end of move detection. There's something that happens when Git tells you to edit for a commit message, where it's like checking word wrap for you. Writing long commit messages. Get log. Get a summary. Max line length. Configure the max line length for the work. So we could reposition this. So it is possible. Well, maybe it's less possible. So it is possible to have an automatic move occur just before as the character reaches their current destination, resulting in the character stopped with an outstanding path. Which had been sent to server and destination position different than current position. I caught this in a replay, although I was using my my own custom auto-run trigger, which used the same automatic clicking code. And I mean, I think the fix is relatively. Now, is this locked up? This has locked up my console, but we printed it just before. Updating the move. Updating the move end. Positions makes the, well, should make the later check accurate. Prevents the later code from immediately ending movement. Okay, no, that was that. Okay, so stg show. Yeah. Oh, I never redid the line wrapping. So GQ. Yeah, so that is actually up to my standard. Which, well, it's showing it indented. So that might not be perfect. Oh, the ending movement, it has one there. And it must be my default window size here. It's possible I want a smaller width for these. Alright, so push the next one back on. stg show to remind us exactly what we're doing here. So this is the one where we extracted the fix up, which I think I took this from player move. This is down around 4446. Oh yeah, here's all this new path stuff with lead appended path. This is another place where we need to be a little bit wider. Okay, so that only applies to not RID, which is kind of tended to be what we were seeing. PM message, yeah. So we borrowed that from the player move. And I want to refresh myself where this was, because this is a certain kinds of player updates. 2452, 12452. So this is non-forced update, or still playing their last movement. Yeah, so this is over truncation of another player's path. Could have left it too short. Yeah, player update. So this is still the short description. This, I believe this fixes, draw inversion, and perhaps, unable to pick up baby due to a player position discrepancy on the client. It was possible for truncation of paths during player update to leave a single step path after truncation, which the code elsewhere takes steps to prevent. This, the path execution code will use the next path location without checking length, causing it to path beyond the current destination position. This patch extracts the code from player move messages, which extracts a function from the code which fixes up over truncated paths during player move in order to use it during player update. Now, I might want to be explicit about this. I mean, player update, okay, and then reformat. Now that might be where, yeah, it does a little bit of indent there. Vim set line length. Set color column. Line length limit line width. That's color column. TW. Okay. Set TW. Oh, we're not set to anything. That probably enforces it. Color column equals 80. Set. What if we set it to, 78? They're probably indenting by like 4 there. Let's do a total rewrite. Oh no, I have to. Can I do, yeah. No, it's not using that. That's sort of using it. It fits. All right, so last one. So this was originally, it was kind of everything. And I might want to rename some of these as well. Speculative paranoid. Additional player path clears. These are less certain to be issues, but I discovered possible path and destination discrepancies while in investigating position issues. Possible. You know what? I did forget to set spell on these. Might want to go revisit these patches. This adds some additional path resets where current and destination positions were forced. Oh, I didn't set that one. Why can't I type today? Destination. Okay. Yep. Got a little bit of latency there. Q. All right, so stg pop. Edit. Set spell. Yeah. I guess we could do that. Edit. Here we go. Continuous. There's destination. Destination. Now, does that cause any wrapping issues? Oh, it does. Let you look at that. So you have to be all together. You have to be together. You have to be together. Oh, no. I actually need a... Oh, I didn't reset my width again. There probably is a command that puts things... Well, doesn't necessarily know where the line breaks are. There's an issue there. Oh, no, that's not enough. At least for my current terminal length. Yeah, no, not yet. Set equals... And who knows if my terminal width is some arbitrary thing just from resizing windows, but that should be reasonably clean. All right, so now we have to get back to stgit. Keep commit messages up to date, conflicts, development branch, git branch before you publish it for others to see. Actual history. So this uncommits the patches, fixing them up. Float, sync, pop, squash. History is good. We can remove the stgit method to turn the patches back into regular git commit. I kind of need to move them between patches, between branches. Export. Rebasing a patch series. Rebase merged. Importing patches. Templates. Inspecting patches. Changing the patch series. Patch names. That's something I might want to revisit. So we currently have fixed path update during move. Fixed on train player update, clear path on position reset. Yeah, those are reasonable names. Can move a change file between the index and the working tree. Switch to another branch. By typing B, this must be during interactive. I feel like I'm missing a... Oh, that's Emacs. Never mind, we're all still under Emacs. Yeah, so this doesn't really tell me how to move a couple of patches out of something. Make a local clone of a repository, git hash, switch list, create, rename, delete. Delete the empty patches, permanently store the applied patches. So if I float them down and then commit them, but I might need, yeah, so if I get another branch that's on master, rebase onto that, sync those patches down, I could commit them onto that branch, then rebase the other stuff back off. Push or pop patches to, oh, okay, that might have been handy. Hide a patch. Print the name of the next. Show the applied patches modifying a file. Name of the previous patch. Push stack changes to a merge-friendly branch. Okay. In the top patch, regular commits. All right, I am actually thinking it's about time for a break. I will be back in a few minutes to, well, it looks like we either need to look at branch commit or publish. As we erase the floaters to the surface. Oxygen. Or they might be beyond the surface right now. I'm not the only thing overshooting.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. If we dig this out, fertilizers are off. Yeah, these fertilizer synthesizers are turned off. That's intentional, because we didn't. We've got this section, and that one's going pretty strong. Uh, as far as it goes, the only reason they're all active right now is because we had a backup in the bathrooms. Usually they barely run.
Oh god. At least we can keep this and this powered overnight
We
now.
have a power shortage.
Well, you know, I wish we could.
Many viewers, may as well just start the game in. So, as you probably know, Oxygen Not Included has created an...
Okay, install this in the... Okay, I'm just gonna say... Do that. Rescue Mayors. Carry him no. That's his bed, okay. Rescue Mayors. Carry him to the bed in the mountain, basically.
Was it? Okay. Well, let's see what happens with this. Bye, baby. So... Okay, so you can empty water into it as well? So does it...
Alright, welcome back. So, publish looks interesting. We stack changes into a merge-friendly branch. Show the last published patch. Applied patches that have not been published. Doesn't really Oh, this is like git push. Is it? Is there any... That's the man page. It's probably going to be the exact same thing. Oh. Commits a set of changes on a separate... The history of the public branch is not rewritten. Heads of the stack and public branch may be different. The corresponding tree objects are always the same. New commit. Check if there are applied patches that have not been published on the public branch. Oh, this is like there's a specific... Well, that has to be the default branch. A set of changes. The stack and public branch. But is this the entire thing or just the applied patches? Okay, so that's one. Man page, man page. No, we're getting all sorts of other... Push a new local branch and track it to... Yeah, that actually ends up being too much stuff. So... History of public branches not rewritten. Heads may be different. Since the last publishing. So this sounds sort of like you have an ongoing patch branch that you sort of slowly move things over. I'm not really sure that applies here. There's a lot of merged to be my patches. And how we deal with these getting accepted is going to, well, I mean, this gets set up to handle things being accepted. But what we really want is a separate branch. The applied patches into the stack base. So I would have to... So I think what we want to do is we need to... we're still rebasing the entire stack. But I want to be clean when we do our basic git stuff. So now we can hopefully... status, we are... right, because we dropped our custom git ignore stuff. On branch master. Up to date with JSON Aurora master. New branch. Now, actually, we want to check out master stg series. We want to oh no, now we need to move a whole bunch of stuff, and I think we might have to apply some of these if we can do it. stg help sync. A single target patch. Target patches, but patch as is the ones to sync. And target is to below target. stg sync below custom git ignore fix path update during move to clear path on position reset below since it is not applied. So we have to apply at least up to everything else. Merge conflict. All right, STG series. We are currently... Oh, we actually got them all the way down. We just have a conflict. We're currently on clear path on position reset. So this is actually the debugging stuff. Since they may no longer be on it. Oh, I actually did miss something on this one. I think. Yeah, I actually need to clean this up. Which might upset later patches if they're nearby. So this is debugging info. Current is nothing. And we said our current patch is actually clear path on position reset, which actually this is exactly where you would clean it up, so to speak. Are there any more? Yes, there is. This is clearing path. Yeah, this is just the debugging. I want to check these patches for any white space changes when I'm done. And this was something we should have removed before. Yeah, because with spray style, that's actually that one. And I should probably do a build check on at least this much. Yeah, okay, we've been shuffling things around. Seems to be fine. And STG series. Clear path on position reset. So yeah, we said yes to debugging stuff that was kind of confusing it. No, because it was a conflict, we have to git add game source living life page.cpp and then refresh. Okay, so there's all these new files because we don't have our git ignore. Review this because I did kind of miss that debugging stuff last time. Also, white space review. We are strictly adding white space here, which I guess given the previous code, we don't necessarily need that trailing white space there. Because they didn't have it. Or he didn't have it. Okay, so STG pop that. Review, so that's a bunch of removal. Single call, adding one white space there. Adding function with some space there and some space there. Might be a little too much space, but it should be fine. Okay, space there, space there. Okay, so STG push. So now it was STG permanently store the applied patches onto the stack base. Get status. We are on Jason, we are master right now. So we want to go to position patches, which is the same, pretty much the same point, so it should be fine. Is there any options we need to know about here? Commit all. Commit the specified number of patches, but by default it is all. Or it's one. Okay, so we're back to my little custom series here. So now this is going to be an actual rebase, so hopefully we don't have... And actually, I don't know if I've even applied any of these patches on here. Actually, they might be... That could make things awkward. Wata? Wata? Yeah. Well, I did take a little bit of a break a minute ago. Well, more than a minute, but it's still a good idea. So now... and this... This actually makes things a little bit awkward for maintaining this if it doesn't get taken. I might almost want to, like, capture but not remove. Well, it was just a minor annoyance for me. It's just a minor bug. On to... master. Okay, no problem there. So stg... So that actually went clean. So now, since we're here, we can check out patches, position patches. Get log. Wait, what? Where did these commit to? I actually almost didn't want a garbage collection right then. And this is going to be ugly as heck because of stgit. Wait, so it's still here, but it's not actually on position patches. What? Oh, some of these are still on old points. Huh. Yeah, there's stgit for you. But we're on position patches, and that stuff is on position patches. Oh man, how do you reset to current position? Well, we know those. Oh my gosh, stgit. Can we, like, just review this? There we go. So this ended up in some other place. So we want to get position. Yeah, so it like committed it to nowhere. That wasn't what I expected you to do, stgit. It's not what I expected you to do. So now I need to know, well, I guess it's kind of merged with the commit, is what that would be. AE, 8E, 5E. Okay, so position pages. So we have our couple of couple of things here. So now I need to just make sure we're not out of sync here. Just sync that for completeness. Wait. So when it said commit, it still considered that part of stgit. And when I rebased back to master, it rebased the patches. I mean, I guess I should have verified the position patches were changing when I committed them. It turned them into ordinary commits, but they're still on the stgit branch. The thing is that I wanted my stgit branch to become just my stgit branch, and to not have master be ahead of master. So I can make this, but I still have to figure out how to sort out this stuff off of my master branch. Because that's the remote. I guess stgit is including its master in my master. Crazy history is the one thing I don't like about stgit. But it does give you better conflict resolution. Wait, so master has them up here? along with all of this other history. So those were in the history, but because of other changes, then they're not the most recent history. Hopefully it will figure out as we move around, but this could become a real pain in the butt when we go to work on other stuff. Because this is just kind of hanging out there now. And I didn't necessarily want to be working off of that, but apparently those are now included in my local master history. And I don't know how to rebase the stgit branch in such a way that it's just the patches and not this stuff we've committed. Oh, you know what? I went on to master, not JSON Aurora master. All right, so we're on master right now. So what if we rebase on the JSON Aurora master? Okay, so now our master is here. We've moved position patches up, but that did not get included like I expected they would. And there's a bunch of merge stuff, but now master shouldn't include these. Okay. All right, so I was getting okay, fetching that. This master is equal to that, so just make sure that's up to date. So we're on master. Master is equal to JSON Aurora master. Git push. Just so those are equivalent. just a pointer update. Should be a pointer update anyway. Git checkout. Position patches. Git push. No. All right, now I actually had this up earlier with all the issue stuff. I don't suppose... Hey, look at that. And then this will be... okay, so 3 commits, 1 file changed, and then this is the... okay, it's showing the sum total of the pull request. I think there's a way to view... Wait, 0 commit comments. Oh, these are the GitHub comments. Yes, okay, all this stuff is still here. So this is visible. My plan was still Okay, and we've lost the patch names. Okay, and this is Markdown. Yep. Okay, so we've got that. What else do we need? And they could be viewed as intervals. I'd swear that you had an easier time looking at individual commits. Maybe GitHub has made some changes. So there's that. Yeah, totally allow if he needs to change anything. I mean, he can pull the patches and fix them up however he wants. But those are the commit comments. Am I forgetting anything? I guess I was expecting it to be a little bit more as separate commits, but that'll show the entire change. All right, so that's that. Neil, with that taken care of, I want to see if did I? Okay, master is here. Position patches are there. I think that means that we're kind of going around these. So then, for the remainder of the morning, we can go back to working on our own issues. I think. Git checkout master. stg series. Okay, so I want to probably just look at notes. So that's kind of out there. We're working on naming. I did not actually put a note in here about this. This is kind of down there somewhere. Name assist needs to respect age character limit, because otherwise it's confusing. So stg push. And actually, is this where I saw the go-to? Oh, I need to update this. So cpp name assist 1 hour, 1 life. Help push all the unapplied patches. Patch 1, patch range. Check for patches merged upstream. So I guess, well, that's if you send them patches, I think. stg push custom git ignore. I mean, it might have to deal with some patch drift now. To curse assist. Okay, cool. Everything's fine. And this was under the name of name completion. So we do all this stuff, and then we go into original completion text. So this is, he doesn't seem to have imported the default C max min. No, other bracket. Yeah. So we want, I also need to figure out what the age limit, say limit, max characters. All right, where are we doing typing? Or maybe this is a limit field on the say field. Where we like set the maybe if there is a limit, it's only applied to actual typing. Yeah, set max length. Say cap. Can I get max length? Name completion. Okay, so there. So we have that. We have just an int. Int max length. And if that, okay, no indication of unknown member. And we should probably get this set up for, now what are we currently pointing at here? One life. OneLife.exe to build Windows One Life. Oh. Oh, it must be grabbing up all dep files, which are ignored. Oh. Okay. Maybe there's a make clean command to take care of that. And I could have just done living life.depth. Unused variable. Okay, yes, we know that. Oh, wait, what? Oh, and copy. So it must try to do something with command line arguments and decided that was a bad one. But this appears to be a valid method. So now we need to do max length. So that's the number of characters that we could go up to. Int. Oh, I'm not. Well, I could go hack up the max length variable temporarily, or even do something like that to check the truncation. Add length equals 255 minus prefix length. But that's the total. Actually, maybe unsigned int prefix length. What is stern copy expecting? A size t, which seems like it would be a unsigned int. Unsigned integral type. But we're doing a subtraction. So that's the max length of the entire thing. Would max length be this thing minus prefix length? And then that's just it? We'd still want to make sure that get max length was not too big. So max length is assigned in. And when you take that and subtract it, We're assuming if we have a completion text that's at least that long. We have to be able to take a... yeah, this one's fine. What would it mean? If add length... Or is it just max length, but then we have this thing... So get max length should... Or we get this, compare it to 255. And then just do the minus prefix length? What was it? Shift width? There's so many little width settings. No. Soft tab stop? Okay. And then it is max length. And we might get a type warning here. We're kind of trusting that prefix is not greater than there. Well, we're already truncating it if it's small. And then we subtract that, then could overflow it. How about if we make this, well, the trouble won't show up here until we start doing that. Or until we start doing the actual function call and it's assigned int and see if it complains. And what do we need to do to deal with that? Okay, we still got this stuff. Oh, did that? Oh, okay, we did do something wrong there. We did something very wrong there. One life. It said it had been privileges, but it closed anyway, so... What the heck? Is there anything in standout that gives us a clue here? Thought I was being careful enough. Or maybe stand air even? No, actually that's 0. New placement. Alright, so step 1. I guess this could have... Because I'm setting this to an arbitrary value, it is not necessarily different than what we have here. If that's not going to work, then it's not. Does stern copy, if we're truncating it, apply the no character is implicitly appended? Probably doesn't hurt to have that. But we used to be doing a name that was appended. Oh, but now we need to know exactly... Well, okay, if we got to the end of name, there's a null character there. If we did not get to the end... of name, then we need to make sure we do that. Okay, and that's our 10 character limit, so that appears to be working. Now we just need to do a quick check on the actual code. And actually, I guess I could just type out enough characters to hit the Eve limit. Okay, that's the limit. Yep, okay. So it now respects age limits, so you can't falsely think you can type more than you can type. Yeah, I usually do get over here. Oh, I ran some stuff from that one run. So that's pretty much all down here. No, not commit. stg refresh. Well, there's no real commit history for that. All right, now. Oh, debugging info we're actually kind of done with. For the time being. That might even be something we can drop sometime here. Now, can I float that if it is... Okay. Unapplied. Oh. Float to the top of the currently applied. stg float, debugging info. STG series, STG pop. All right, Neo. We didn't have any conflicts there. So what I had been doing here is we had copied a bunch of name stuff from the server. And now we have to do the hard part of actually changing the search algorithm. Walk backward to find start of next name. Walk forward to find next name. Find close name. I might actually want to start by copying these. So I can reference, well, no, it's just find close name. First names, last names. So there is actually one find close name here. Well, I can reference this in the server if I need to. So what we want is a random name with the prefix. So we're going to need, okay, we've already got a Jenkins. Maybe it used to be random? And then it wasn't? Jenkins random source. Static, static. So he only uses static random sources. And I kind of like the idea of using a new one here just so we don't mess with any of the other game progression or replay or anything. So default name, first name, last name. There was a default name. He picked seeds for these. Oh, it's the same seed, they're just different. Okay. I do need to look at how these are used, though. Oh, actually, this is... Obs did have something for doing random name selection. I think there was something I didn't like about it. Get random bounded int. So, read name file, find close name, probably kind of like get random name. Limit defined to, oh, jump size is probably something we reuse. Yeah. What I really need to track is my bounds here. Wait, offset. is our current offset that we're looking at. Yes, I need to keep track of my bounds. So int lower bound equals 0, and upper bound equals limit. Are we adjusting limit here? Because there's an in-list len. Limit minus 2. We are not currently adjusting limit, so that's fine. I don't think we're going to have jump size. We want offset to be, and get random bounded int between lower bound and upper bound. And then forward, reverse. Ooh. We now have to consider that this could fail because it could get very, very close to the end. That's kind of a to-do. Last diff not equal to 0, test string in name list offset. Prev div equals last diff equals stir comp. Temp string, test string. Temp string is, are we updating that? I mean, sure, it's temp. Okay. Limit, upper bound, lower bound, offset, last diff. Okay, last diff. Get sign overshot. Yeah, so we're still moving towards this. And I would like to take a short break, but I think we'll just need to worry about adjusting our bounds and getting more random bounds here. Be back in a few minutes. So it's getting closer. I guess I could do a double on that one. That would change that. But then I can't do anything with this one. Because anything I do there will double up that.
And I still gotta get a boar. Hey, Chibi! Hi! Let's go to the inn and rest. Oh crap.
Hey, got one of the seals.
Mode, and I guess I'll select. These are really simple, so I'm in edge mode now. So I want to switch back to faces. Alt, right click. Guess we go ahead and click. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Control Z. Alright, right click. Oh, just shift right click.
Alright, welcome back. Alright, so if the sign of the difference... So we're not searching for an exact match. We want to find the bounds of things that match so we start off with a wide range of things that may not match. We need to find the 2 points where we change from match to no match, so to speak. So it's, we almost like want to, might not be able to easily reuse this. So stir comp is telling us whether it is higher or lower. Get sign. Jump size equals 0. We're done. Further down. No exact match. String does not exist. Use one with the largest shared prefix. Actually, how far does the while loop go? Okay, so that is actually this initial loop that goes until we find any prefix match. Or the smallest prefix match? Yeah. So what are we doing here? For something that does not match the prefix, when we find anything, hit start count, hit end count. Equals 0. Offset minus equals jump size. Walked off start. I guess the idea is if the jump took us over, and maybe we still want to check the front. Get name offset back. Greater than 1. I think I might have said greater than or equal to 2 there. Further down, further up, okay, from a zero-based list. We're looking for anything where the prefix matches. So actually that's a reasonable first step. Find any place where the prefix matches. Wait, so what's the distinction with hit start? Last diff, next diff. So we're... Oh, no, we're still inside that code, I guess. So we only do this part, if hit start count equals 0 and hit end count equals 0. Oh, but this is reasons we broke out because they get reset when we continue. No exact match. So this part might actually be okay. Well, no, it's... Actually... Well, if we do a random search, we will... Yeah, because the basic binary search for a given string will always find the exact same name. If we make it a random search, but still that sort of binary division, then we'll hit a random name, and actually... A random name that matches the prefix might mean we just stop there. That'll be before and after us alphabetically. So he's finding anything with a matching prefix, if I've got this right. Yeah, and then just stepping one by one. Oh, well, so he's finding anything with the prefix. String does not exist. I guess it could be a full name that's a substring of something. But if you've typed a full name, you can just type it. This is because you want something else. Maybe to check it. Yeah, I'm actually wondering... Is there a point where we commit this? In name list offset. We could have last diff equals 0. But this assumes we've fixed things up if last... Let's just see what happens. Ooh, jump size. Oh, right, because I wanted this to be a random. Well, okay, fine. Jump size. We did want this to be a random search. So because we're keeping track of our upper and lower bound, we're going to... Oh, but we don't know which direction we're going yet. But that says... Now this only says jump size divided by 2. So jump size is... It matters which way we're going for this check. Left is greater than 0, then we are going up. We are adding to offset, which means we want to do lower bound equals offset. If upper bound minus lower bound is less than 1, then we break. So offset actually this is kind of up here. Equals, yeah, lower bound, upper bound. And then we do the offset forward checks. Walked off the end. Was this like left over from some sort of linear search? Because, well, limit, okay. Let's get aim offset forward. Further down, oh, we already have this variable. Further up, lower bound, upper bound equals offset. If it gets too small, we're done. Pick a new offset within the new range. I don't think this can happen here. I mean, it really shouldn't happen with jump size either, but I guess it's good to be paranoid. Jump size, okay, we never cleared that out. And we might have to do some debugging of this. Uh-oh. What do we have here? Yeah. Okay, so prev diff, yeah, not used in this version. Let's see, so the sign change. And then we do nothing if last if is 0, the next loop takes care of it. He was checking for if sign is different, reduce the loop. But, oh, if we changed directions? Oh, was he set up to jump, 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 jump at jump size until he got there, until we went past it? But he was starting off at divided by 2. If you always divide by 2, I don't know that that matters. Anyway, I think this works for what I'm doing. Oh, that boar's still around. Ah, bird. Uh-oh. Yep. So I didn't like that it picked Aberg there. I also appear to need to do a lot of debugging. So what could have possibly gone wrong here? So if it's greater than offset, then we want to look somewhere above it, so lower bound. Upper bound should stay higher than lower bound, we think. So we can check for that. Lower bound, upper bound. There's this checks, but mostly we're just going to look for the name forward. That's just the last name, essentially. Upper bound equals offset. Check for that of shrunking to 0. Go to there. Oh, I did remove this code that was maybe supposed to clean things up. But I might need to... yeah, I should probably include some basic debugging since I am curious how this is going. So every time we loop this, we want to printf lower bound offset upper bound and then name at %d which doesn't make this easy to get this stuff, unfortunately. So we get, I guess I could grab them one at a time. So we get our initial stuff and our initial guess. And somewhere after this, we have where we aligned our name to. Ooh, could that overshoot my bounds from the name alignment? I need to be checking upper and lower bound instead. Okay, so that did not fix the crash. So we're doing something very wrong. And the music thread is still going, apparently. Wait, do I already have this open? Okay, you we definitely don't need. You we don't need, so that would appear to be a no. Oh, this is a very large file. We seem to have gone infinite. So this step 1 would put a crazy counter in here, so that might give us more approachable log files. This is something I tend to do as a ultimate fail-safe. And I usually just pick, I guess with random it could be less, just pick a byte size. But even Vim is having trouble with this. Which is, I feel like I've opened some pretty big files here in this. Are you? No, you're not responsive. Oh, it's one big long line because we need returns in the printf statements. That's what's confusing it so much. Okay, well, this responds to close. And now we do have our crazy counter in there, so it shouldn't be infinite, but it could still get off in bad places. Oh, the crazy counter actually solved some things. Okay. Okay, our first one was B. All right, so between 0 and 67 something, we have this number. We realigned it to name. B is lower, so that's expected. So we did do that. Oh, if it doesn't find it and we keep tweaking the position, we can always be trying to find a random position inside that name. No, because we keep changing our name at. Yeah, no, yeah, our bounds are the same. Our bounds are not changing from time to time. So I guess the easy thing to do here is say, oh, well, if the thing we're setting it to, we're about to set it to, is the same as it was, we haven't made any progress, so it's time to exit. Now, the other way to look at this would be, we have limit and, front and start, so to speak. So that would kind of accomplish the same purpose. So if we just set if offset greater than or equal to upper bound, that's not necessarily guaranteed to be right either. If offset less than lower bound, oh, it's never going to be less than or it can be greater than or equal to upper bound. No. Because we moved lower bound and then checked offset against upper bound. Yeah, that doesn't really address it either. If we get to the point yeah, I expected to get here, but really, if lower bound is already equal to offset, then we're done. Finding a zero is probably also a good condition. If upper bound is already equal to offset, then we're not making progress. And then I don't know that these are even like things that can happen. But I guess I don't mind having some paranoia. And that might be sufficient to quell the crazy. Or to make the crazy unnecessary. And we do have the original code that found the nearest one. Okay, I did BA there. We still seem to be stuck. Oh, because it was a prefix. No, we're still stuck on that prefix. And we got stuck on BE somehow. I guess I could see something. No, we're still stuck on B. And then we're stuck on A's. This isn't having the effect I want. So I want to test string. but in-name list should still be a thing. In-name list, offset. I want to understand how it's searching this. I probably do need to special case the, I guess if it's an empty string, then just pick an offset and run with it. Uh-oh. Okay, so maybe that wasn't valid after all. What? Oh no, that would be a character. I guess oh, right. I would need to do either pointer math or the address of. That would be a character, which would be a very, very low pointer address. Down here we've got temp string, but it just makes it easier to copy things around. And I just want one here that looks like it got a very early string, which could have been chance. Okay, movement, movement, movement. Okay, full range, we picked this. Ooh. I might have to seed this with time or something. And maybe he does that with his other random sources. High School Duba Bruggerman. I just said B. That actually should have matched? Oh, Stircomp is probably doing full match and shorter string. I'm wanting a different comparison method here. Does that match or has a lower value? Contents of both strings are equal. You know what? Isn't there a stern comp? Well, this is stern comp. Stir comp. I might want stern comp because I just really want the first randomly selected thing. Yeah, because it's trying to match B here. So it's going back and forth in the A's and the B's, trying to hit that. And we must have hit crazy. No, that can't be crazy. Or we just narrowed down to someplace right on the edge. Yeah, right on the edge, because it'd be right near the edge. Yeah, we're bouncing around that edge. I just want any random name. Stern comp, target prefix. Int target length equals Sterling target prefix. And wait, actually, didn't this extra code... Oh, he was checking for prefix length. Oh, right, because he was trying to get the nearest thing that was sort of close. Oh, so what if you pick a name with something that doesn't anyway match, then we just don't suggest it, pretty much. This is mainly for completely random names, but hey, if we can do a prefix selection... We're getting lots of BRs. And maybe that's just how the list falls out? Yeah, so we always start at the first one here. Huh. I guess there are multiple threads. Oh no, this was the first selection. And we start over here. Now you see, if we're trying to match B, we should have started it below. What the heck is my prefix here? Fine, close. Still need to rename this. Yeah, it will also tell us every time we restart. And then I do want to see about if there's a way to reseed the generators with time or something. It does change a little bit, but not as much as I'd expect. Prefix, oh, prefix became Bruggerman. So I'm still doing something, and then sometimes we aren't able to find it within our conditions due to random stuff. Yeah. So my name completion is not doing prefixing properly. Name text, name detection. Original completion text. Oh, name match. They're doing last name, first name, no name. I think is the thing it's complaining about from time to time that we're not really doing. So in theory, I need to attempt a closest name match. So if you attempted to complete something that was an exact match, it would suggest something else? How do we determine original completion? Trailing name match. Currently is going through no names. We'd essentially have to do something like find closest name in its original form. To do our binary search through there to see if it was an exact match. And then pass in, well, no, yeah, because it's a very different process. So we would want to know find closest name. Does it have an, well, it would find the closest name and do a string compare, I guess. We want to know where the index of a name is that is currently a match, and that's what we use wait. Where do we get name text from? Name detection. So that actually probably works. Wait. Original completion text. But since we don't get an index, we reset it every time. In its current name index, not relevant to that because we're not doing any kind of walk, we're just picking random ones. So we could actually cheat this. So this could say if first name, last name, or equal -1. This code could be run in each of those cases. Wait. No, we need to not capture this. And yet we do. So we do need to know if it's an exact match. And not an empty string? But that can't return no match. That finds the closest name. And my name code, so we're going to find random name, is always going to find Abon or whatever at worst. So we call find close name on what we believe. Oh, because it was trailing characters. Oh, that was actually very specific in how that worked. That we're looking to see if, given the length of that name, does that many trailing characters of the end of our say exactly match this thing? Which does not work well with alphabetical lists because we don't know where it starts when we begin. We do, however, in this case, we're looking for single names. So we don't have to worry about the two-word names. So we could take that last word, which we're going to later plug in, and attempt to do the original matching algorithm on it to see if we get an exact match. Now, what we have right now, we'll test for any prefix match. So in some cases where you have a short name, that's what your prefix would be, you could incorrectly detect it as a name instead of a prefix, and it would just become, it would have no original completion text. Name at. Prefix has changed. We always run it in that, so we kind of assume we have that. What do we do in this case? We don't care about the index, we just need to know if it was, if we, oops, had to run it previously. Or in this case, we're doing random, so we don't care about it. But we do want the word, and the word that we would pick out here is this. Picking a random name with that prefix. Actually, we might be able to use this. Because if it's a full name, it will still have to match that, unless it's a partial, but eh. So the awkward thing, well, it does change the list we use. So we do that. This we already know because we're in here. And actually, we'll have already found a name here, which is weird. Which we can then use if it's not an exact match. We've not defined name yet. Maybe these should just be separate functions. Find closest name, and then if name is exactly equal to name text, then that's roughly equivalent to this. Cur name index is useful down there for that. It's feeling more and more like different functions. And if name is exactly equal to name text, then that's actually going, it's exactly equal. Then that is our suggestion. No, it is not. Then we make a new suggestion with the prefix, the original completion text. Oh, and no, because we might be redefining completion text here. Oh, Wait. This isn't even name detection. Oh, no, because this is, in fact, doing exactly what we want to do there. Okay. Just we could maybe not need to call that function, then? Find close first name. If it's exactly equal, then we want to go back to... and we start redoing things with the original completion text, assuming we have it. But no partial name to work with. That needs to be sooner. If they're exactly equal, they're not equal, we need to capture this. And there's just this middle section here that's kind of the same. But we pick a name. And I'm starting to wonder about duplicating this stuff. Because we've got different stuff, same stuff, different stuff, which is the super awkward situation. And these are really similar as well. If strcomp text equals name, if they are exactly equal, then it's continuation of last time. Well, if we have an original completion length, it is. If it's not equal, then we need to capture that. Now, I guess the cheap way to do this would be to it's currently -1. Set it to some arbitrary value, which is kind of cheating stuff. Current text, original completion length. Yeah, actually... oh, this is no longer these cases. So instead of doing that, So those two run that stuff. That runs there. Prefixes change. Name match, but no partial name to work with. This does next. Where do we say if it's equal to something we want the next one, if it's not equal to something we want to search? And then these are just changing up the text from there. That's changing name, text, name. Seems like there should be a bit cleaner way to write that. I did hear that pig running around. Okay, it hasn't crashed, but it's not suggesting anything. That must have not been that name. Okay, that broke everything. Oh no, we want to say if it's not equal to something, capture it, which is the same as that still being equal to there. It really seems to be stuck on the BEs here. Oh. Yeah. Hein, Danya, Asha, Kocha, Otter, Charlie, Carly, Brandy. Prefix B. Prefix Beckerley. Why, oh why, did you not detect that as an exact match? Oh, because we come in here and we attempt to find close name. Duh, we're calling it twice. What was our termination condition? Okay, we should have already got name at offset. Reached lower bound. Range collapsed. Hit end. Reached. Further down. Actually, so this is reached top, really. Reached bottom. Range collapsed. Hit start. And we forgot all the semicolons in the world. Beckerly. I gotta fix that random too. So what were my termination conditions? That was an exact equal because it was a B. Then we did prefix B again. And got Beckerl. Oh, so this is the first check of... yeah, I don't need to rerun that in case I found it. Or in the case that it's not equal, we could actually skip that whole process. But, okay, fine. Finding a B. So Beckerly reached bottom. How did we reach bottom? Did we randomly choose a range that excluded our target? Well, this appears to be a bit too hard for me to handle today. Because it's starting to get a little bit later, and it seems that we are still knee-deep in mysteries, and we have to do randomization. Okay, so we took care of that. We have do not need to reselect name on first name pick. Not per mystery termination when checking for existing name. What else was I thinking about? Oh, seeding random name picker. And that kind of takes over naming. Okay, this is more kind of clean up. And then probably we'll get in for that. Consistency is kind of nice for testing right now. But yeah, understanding why that's terminating early could be hairy. So that sometimes when you get into these rabbit holes, you just kind of have to say, you know what, it's lunchtime. Much as it's the kind of thing I could dive into. So that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching and hanging out. Thanks for hosting. What do we have? Oh, and schedule. So I'm normally working on code in the mornings. I'm most often working on 1 Hour 1 Life on code on Saturday mornings and then playing in the afternoons. However, Jason said it was bugfix week, so I wanted to get some of my patches done, continue on some other stuff. Looks like how about fifth function, programming a gear simulator, if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Oop, okay, that did not. Oh, right, the automatic copy paste doesn't work because I'm in debug mode on that right now. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye, and until next time.